Good morning, football fans. Big Al here on this Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. It's the first day of fall. Well, it'll officially be fall here later this afternoon, about 6 o'clock Arizona time. Low after 6 o'clock Arizona time, but either way. Welcome in to my Week 3 NFL preview as we take a look at the entire schedule across the National Football League, complete with point spreads and point totals, plus my picks straight up and against the spread. I will also outline the maps on the Sunday afternoon games and give you the broadcast teams for all 16 games in week number 3 in the NFL. Now, I was planning on doing this yesterday, but I got done so late with writing down this bit of information that I decided I'll wait till tomorrow to do it. And so here we are. We're about 8.5 hours from kickoff between the Steelers and Browns, and that's the first of the 16 games we'll be taking a look at. That game, which is streaming on Amazon Prime Video, announced by both Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit, will be seen locally in Pittsburgh on NBC station WPXI Channel 11 and in Cleveland on WEWS News 5 Cleveland. So if you're in either the Pittsburgh or Cleveland areas, turn on either Channel 11 or Channel 5. If you're in Pittsburgh, turn on Channel 11. And if you're in Cleveland, you can turn on Channel 5. That's if you don't have Amazon Prime Video. All right, that being said, let's jump right in. Starting off with the 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 1-1 Cleveland Browns, which is tonight at 8:15 Eastern. As I said on Amazon Prime Video, the announcers are Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. The point spread as of 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday is Cleveland at -4.5, and the over-under is 38. Now, these point spreads and point totals are courtesy of the Sports Alerts app, which you can download from Google Play or from your preferred app store. Now, some of these numbers may have changed, but this is the information that I have. I have the Browns winning tonight 24-17. I have the game finishing over the 38, and I picked the Browns to cover. Now to the Sunday afternoon games. You have 9 in the early 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific window. And you have 4 games in the late window with 3 starting at 4:25 Eastern. And Fox is the doubleheader network this week. All right, the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots, both at 1-1, doing battle this week at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. The broadcast for that game will be Joe Davis and Daryl Johnson. The main Fox stations for this game are WBFF Channel 45 in Baltimore and WFXT Channel 25 in Boston. This game is also being aired on the local Fox stations in Seattle, Spokane, Portland, Oregon, Phoenix, Tucson, St. Louis, Louisville, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Albany, Hartford, and Providence. The point spread in this game as of 7:45 p.m. last Thursday is Baltimore -3, over under set at 43.5. I'm picking the Ravens to win 28-17. Of course, you know about their fourth quarter collapse against the Dolphins in week 2. I have this game finishing over the 43.5-point total, and I have Baltimore covering the 3 points. Then you got an undefeated showdown in the AFC East as the 2-0 Buffalo Bills visit the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. The announcers for that game are Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. The main CBS stations for this game are CBS affiliate WIVB Channel 4 in Buffalo and CBS owned and operated WFOR Channel 4 in Miami, Fort Lauderdale. This game is also being broadcast in Memphis, Birmingham, Atlanta, Tallahassee, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, Raleigh-Durham, Norfolk, Richmond, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany, and Honolulu. Point spread as of 1:40 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday is Buffalo -6, and the over-under is set at 52.5. Now, clearly put the Bills on the Miami Dolphins. I think I read somewhere that they won something like the last 6 or 7 meetings with the Dolphins, and I think scored at least 30 points in each of those games. I think the trend continues here. I got Buffalo winning 34-24, the game finishing over the 52.5, and I have the Bills covering the 6-point spread. Next, you have the 0-2 defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals at the 1-1 New York Football Jets, fresh off of their 13-point comeback win in Cleveland last week. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. All right, this game is going to be in the blue on the 506sports.com website. Main CBS stations are affiliate WKRC Channel 12 in Cincinnati and CBS owned and operated WCBS Channel 2 in New York. And this game has a pretty limited coverage area. Airing in Louisville, Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Hartford, and Baton Rouge. Those are some of the major markets outside of New York and Cincinnati that's getting this game. The broadcast team is Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. Point spread as of 9:35 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday is Cincinnati at -5, and the over-under is 44.5. Now, I was pretty skeptical with picking the Bengals in this game, considering how bad of a start they've gotten off to here in 2022. But I am picking the Bengals to win this game 27-23. I have this game finishing over the 44.5. However, I'm taking the New York Jets as the home underdogs to cover. This may be a very bold pick, but that's what I'm going with. So right now, I have very little trust in the Bengals right now. Okay, next up is an NFC North Division tilt as the 1-1 Detroit Lions restore the roar. Travel to Minneapolis to face the 1-1 Minnesota Vikings. The Lions coming off a 36-27 win last week against the Commanders, while the Vikings got thrashed in Philadelphia on Monday night 24-7. This game is Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox, and it is listed in the yellow contour on 506sports.com. The main Fox stations for this game are both Fox owned and operated stations. JBK Channel 2 in Detroit and KMSP Channel 9 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. This game is also being broadcast in Omaha, Des Moines, Madison, Green Bay, Milwaukee, Chicago, Grand Rapids, South Bend, Fort Wayne, and Toledo. So pretty much a big chunk of the upper Midwest is getting this game. Point spread as of 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday is Minnesota -6, and the over-under is set at 52.5. Oh, and I forgot, the broadcast team for this game is Brandon Gaudin and Brady Quinn. I'm taking the Vikings to win this game 27-24. I mean, you can't discount Detroit's offense, which has been very impressive these first 2 weeks. But I got the Vikings winning 27-24. I have the game finishing just under the 52.5. And I'm taking the road underdog Lions to cover the 6-point spread of the Minnesota Vikings. Next, you've got the 0-1-1 Houston Texans at the 1-1 Chicago Bears. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And this game is listed in the orange on 506sports.com. The main CBS stations for this game are KHOU Channel 11 in Houston and WBBM TV Channel 2 in Chicago, which is a CBS owned and operated station. And not a lot of people will be in this game. Some of the major markets that will be getting the Texans and Bears include San Antonio, Austin, Milwaukee, Green Bay, Madison, and Grand Rapids. The broadcast team for this game is Andrew Catalan and James Lofton. Point spread as of 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday is Chicago at -2.5, and the over-under is set at 40. Now, once again, these point spreads and point totals may have changed, but this is what I've written down yesterday. I don't trust Davis Mills on the road. He's only won once outside of NRG Stadium in his short career. And that played into me picking this game. I have the Bears winning 20-14. I got this game finishing under the 40, and I have Chicago covering the 2.5 points. Next up is the Kansas City Chiefs at 2-0 versus the 0-1-1 Indianapolis Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium in Naptown. Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. And this is the main game of interest on CBS on Sunday. It's listed in red on 506sports.com. The announcers are Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. The main CBS television stations for this game are KCTV Channel 5 in Kansas City, and the simulcast of WTTV Channel 4 and WTTK Channel 29 in Indianapolis. And much of the country will be seeing this game, including Seattle, Spokane, Portland, Oregon, Boise, Sacramento, San Francisco, Fresno, Reno, Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Tucson, Albuquerque, El Paso, Denver, Colorado Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Shreveport, Little Rock, St. Louis, Omaha, Des Moines, Anchorage, and Fairbanks. Point spread as of 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time yesterday is Kansas City at -5.5, and the over-under is 50.5. I'm taking the Chiefs 27-17. I got the under in this game, and I'm also taking the Chiefs to cover the 5.5 points. Next, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Tennessee Titans. Both teams coming in with 0-2 records. Of course, you know about the Raiders choking away that halftime lead against the Cardinals and ultimately losing in overtime. And then the Titans getting smacked around on Monday night in Buffalo. You know about that too. That game is Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. And this game is listed in green on 506sports.com if you look at the Fox early slate. The main Fox stations for this game are KVVU Channel 5, Henderson, Las Vegas, Nevada, and WZTV Channel 17 in Nashville. This game is also being seen on the local Fox stations in San Francisco, Sacramento, Reno, Fresno, Bakersfield, Los Angeles, San Diego, Boise, Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Memphis, Jacksonville, and Honolulu. The announcers for this game are Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. Point spread as of 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday is Vegas -2.5, and the over-under is 45.5. I'm taking the Raiders to win this one 24-16. I have this game finishing under 45.5, and I'm also taking Vegas to cover. All right, turning the page now to the New Orleans Saints 1-1 at the Carolina Panthers 0-2. Sunday 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. This game is going to be listed in orange on 506sports.com in the Fox early window. Main Fox stations are WVUE Channel 8 in New Orleans and WJZY Channel 46 Belmont, Charlotte. This game is also being broadcast in Houston, Little Rock, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, Birmingham, Atlanta, Tallahassee, Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Raleigh-Durham. So this is pretty much confined to much of the Southeast. Point spread as of 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday is New Orleans -3, and the over-under is 40.5. I have the Saints winning this game rather easily, 28-10, and that all depends on Jameis Winston, because apparently he has back issues going into this game. I think they say he has like 4 ligaments or something in his back, something to that effect. So we will definitely monitor that. I have this game finishing under the 40.5, just a little bit, and I have New Orleans covering the 3 points rather easily. The last of the early games on Sunday is the Philadelphia Eagles at 2-0 at the 1-1 Washington Commanders, Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Oh, the Saints and Panthers, the broadcasting for that game is Dan Hellie and Matt Millen. Want to get that in. The Eagles and Commanders, on the other hand, which is listed in blue on 506sports.com in the Fox early window, will be called by Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth. The main Fox stations for this game are WTXF Channel 29 in Philadelphia and WTTG Channel 5 in Washington, both of which are Fox-owned and operated stations. This game is also being broadcast on the local Fox stations in El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Norfolk, Richmond, Syracuse, Anchorage, and Fairbanks. Point spread as of 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday is Philadelphia -6.5, and the over-under is set at 47. I'm picking the Eagles to win 31-17. I have them finishing over the total, or rather, I have this game finishing over the total, and I have Philly covering the 6.5 points. I just don't trust Washington's defense. They're going to get gashed. All right, this brings us to the late Sunday afternoon portion of the schedule. At 4:05 p.m. Eastern, 1:05 p.m. Pacific on CBS, you've got the 1-1 and, dare I say, AFC South Division leading Jacksonville Jaguars at the 1-1 Los Angeles Chargers. Jacksonville, of course, coming off that shutout win against the Indianapolis Colts, while the Chargers kicked off week 2 with a narrow loss in Kansas City last Thursday night. Okay, this game is listed in yellow on 506sports.com. And the main CBS stations for this game are WJAX Channel 47 in Jacksonville and CBS owned and operated station and West Coast CBS flagship KCBS TV Channel 2 in Los Angeles. This game is also being broadcast in San Diego, Bakersfield, Las Vegas, Minneapolis, St. Paul, New Orleans, Nashville, Detroit, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, Boston, Providence, and Orlando. The broadcasters for this game are Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta. Point spread as of 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday night is LA at -7, and the over-under is 47 points. I'm taking the Chargers to win 31-21. I have this game finishing over the 47, and I'm taking LA to cover the point spread, although Jacksonville will do everything in their power to make this close. Plus, Justin Herbert is a little banged up. We'll see how he performs on Sunday. Okay. Excuse me. That brings us to game 2 of the Fox doubleheader. Starting off with the 0-2 Atlanta Falcons at the 1-1 Seattle Seahawks. Sunday at 4:25 Eastern on Fox. Now in the Fox late window on 506sports.com, this game is listed in green. The announcers are Chris Myers and Robert Smith. The main Fox stations are WAGA Channel 5 in Atlanta and KCPQ Channel 13 Tacoma, Seattle, Fox-owned and operated stations. And this is pretty limited to Georgia and much of the Pacific Northwest, as this game will also be airing in Macon, Savannah, Portland, Oregon, Spokane, and Boise. All right, point spread as of 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday night is a pick'em. Earlier in the day, it had Seattle as the favorite at home. The over-under is set at 42. I'm picking the Falcons to win this game 23-17 because they were very, very impressive these first 2 weeks. Nearly beating the Saints and nearly beating the Rams in the first 2 games. I have this game finishing just under the 42, and I have Atlanta covering the spread if there is one. I'll have to go back to the Sports Alerts app and see if that line moved at all since last night. All right. The national game of interest in the late window on Fox, also known as America's Game of the Week, is the 1-1 Green Bay Packers at the 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sunday at 4:25 Eastern on Fox. This game will be announced by Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olsen, and a big chunk of the country will be getting this game. The main Fox stations are WLUK Channel 11 in Green Bay. That's the home station. Their secondary home station is WITI Channel 6 in Milwaukee, and that's for the Packers. And for the Bucks, that's WTVT Channel 13 in Tampa, St. Petersburg, which is a Fox-owned and operated station. So again, about 90% of the country will be seeing this game on Sunday afternoon, including Reno, Sacramento, San Francisco, Fresno, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, El Paso, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Little Rock, Shreveport, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Wichita, Kansas City, St. Louis, Omaha, Des Moines, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Madison, Chicago, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Nashville, Memphis, Birmingham, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Orlando, Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Charlotte, Raleigh-Durham, Norfolk, Richmond, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Albany, New York, Hartford, Providence, and Boston. So again, about 90% of the country will be in this game. Point spread as of 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Tuesday is Tampa Bay -1. Over under is 41.5. I initially took the Bucs in this game, but I'm changing my mind, and I'm gonna take Green Bay 24-17. The Bucs have a lot of injury concerns going into this game. I'm finishing just under the 41.5. And I have Green Bay covering. So yeah, I got Green Bay winning this game and covering the points. The final Sunday afternoon game schedule on the schedule is the 1-1 Los Angeles Rams at the 1-1 Arizona Cardinals in an NFC Western Division battle. Sunday at 4:25 Eastern on Fox. This game on 506sports.com in the Fox late window is listed in blue. The announcers are Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez. And this game is pretty much limited to Arizona and Southern California for the most part. The main Fox stations are KTTV, Channel 11 in Los Angeles, and KSAZ, Channel 10 here in Phoenix, both of which are Fox-owned and operated stations. This game is also being broadcast in Tucson, San Diego, and Bakersfield. So again, a very limited coverage area. Point spread as of 12:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday is LA -3.5 and the over-under 48.5. In the rounds, in a very close game, 30-23. I have this game finishing over the 48.5, and I have Los Angeles covering the points. That brings us to Sunday Night Football. And the 1-1 San Francisco 49ers at the 1-1 Denver Broncos. Sunday night at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, 5:20 p.m. Pacific on NBC. Of course, this being Sunday Night Football, the game's being called by Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, with sideline reports from Melissa Stark. The main NBC stations for this game are NBC owned and operated KNTV Channel 11 San Jose and KUSA Channel 9 in Denver. Point spread as of 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday is San Fran -1.5 and the over-under is at 45. This may be a defensive battle because both their defenses are solid. I'm picking San Francisco to win this one, 21-17. I have this game finishing under the 45, and I have the Bang Niner gang covering the 1.5 points. And that brings us to Monday Night Football. This week, it's the Dallas Cowboys 1-1 at the undefeated New York Football Giants. Monday night at 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific on ESPN and simulcasting on ABC. The main ABC stations for this game are WFAA Channel 8 Dallas Fort Worth and ABC owned and operated WABC TV Channel 7 in New York City. Point spread as of 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday is the Giants -1 and the over-under is 39. And this game, of course, will be called by Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, former Cowboys quarterback. I'm taking Dallas to win this game 23-20 based on what I've seen from Cooper Rush last week. I have this game finishing over the 39 points, and I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys to cover as the road underdog. So that's a look at weekly in the National Football League. The point spreads and point totals, my picks straight up and against the spread, the broadcast maps for all Sunday afternoon games, and the broadcast teams for all 16 games. Oh, and one final note before we wrap things up. ESPN will be blacking out the Cowboys-Giants game in the Dallas and New York markets. So if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth market or the New York City market, check your local listings and see where they're airing the game, since ESPN will be blacking out the game in both of those markets. Okay, that is it for today. We will be back on Monday with the unveiling of the new college football national rankings. We'll look at both the AP Top 25 and AFCA Coaches Poll. That'll be coming out on Monday. Then on Tuesday, we'll recap everything that happened in week 3 in the week that was, and I'll unveil my week 4 power rankings. And then next week, we'll take a look at the week 5 college football schedule and the broadcast teams for each game. And either next Wednesday or next Thursday, we'll do this video again for week number 4. So join the week for all of that. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell twice every time I post a new vid. Big Al signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.